All right, this is a research passage. So for our DRC approach, research means read. Not carefully read, you don't want to spend too much time, but you want to at least have a basic idea of the process and the differences between the studies. As we look at this, we know it's a research passage because we see experiment 1, experiment 2. Do a quick cursory glance of it, 30 seconds. Looks like we're looking at soybean plants. You can see important things are italicized. We have soja. Looks like we have Thaliana. Looks like we have a gamma tocopherol. You don't have to know that that means gamma, just a Y-looking symbol. And it looks like we have an alpha tocopherol. We have two tables. So we have treatment with a vector and an untreated, concentration, percent of each one. It's the same in both tables. So what's the difference in line 1 versus strain 1? 6 genetically identical lines, genetically different strains. So it gives me a basic idea of what's happening. Looks like they're transferring genes from one tocopherol to another. I don't have to know what that means deeply, just how to kind of approach it. So remember, our R&R approach is to read and then reread. So you're going to do a quick read through the questions. We're doing the reread, breaking it down step by step. Okay, question number 6. At the end of experiment 2, so we're looking at experiment 2, which of the 4 strains had the greatest amounts of Y, that's not Y, I can't remember what that is, Y tocopherol per kilogram of plant material. So we're not going to use the tocopherol concentration because that's both of them together. We're just really looking for the Y tocopherol. So what percent of that is the greatest amount in 99? So 4J. Okay, number 7. One of the strains used in experiment 2, so experiment 2, is identical to a strain used in experiment 1. Which strain was this most likely? So we're going to look to see, can we find any similarities? And we do. We see that strain 2 has a 360 concentration, 3% and 97%, and that's the same in both experiments. So your answer has to be B, strain 2. So for number 8, we're using experiment 1. We're asked to determine whether exposure to the vector alone, so the vector alone is line 5, and we're going to compare which two lines. So we want to see the treatment that has the vector and the one that has the untreated vector, which is 5 versus 6. All the others are just comparing vectors to vectors, so your answer has to be J. Number 9, we're using experiment 1 again. The scientists believed that 1 in 4 clones produced an enzyme that was less efficient than the enzyme from the other 3 genes. We're going to look and see which one's different, and I see that these two numbers are vastly different than the other 3. This one is bigger and this one is smaller, so if I'm going on that, I'm going to choose line 3, or TMT3, treatment 3. How do we know that for sure? Well, in the reading it says that the, whatever symbol this is, can't remember, tocopherol is more efficient. So that means this number, if it's lower, is less efficient. So that confirms that for sure our answer is C. After reviewing the data from experiment 2, so we're looking at experiment 2, the scientists concluded the transfer of one of the treatment genes was unsuccessful. This strain was most likely which one? So I'm not 100% sure just looking at the chart. So if I move from gamma tocopherol to alpha tocopherol, I move from 1 to 99. Or gamma tocopherol 99 to alpha tocopherol 1. So which one is it? Well, I would say pretty sure it's easy to eliminate G and H. Those are both out. If we look at the reading, it says it goes from gamma tocopherol to alpha tocopherol. So that's the pattern, and I see that doesn't happen in strain 4, right? It goes from 99, 1, so it did not transfer, so my answer has to be J. Number 11. Which of the following best explains why scientists wanted to transfer the TMT gene from one organism to another? We're going to probably find this in the reading. Let's look at our answer choices. We have, are they looking to increase the amount of gamma tocopherol or decrease the amount? And we should know already from our previous questions, they really want to increase that. So we can eliminate choice C and D, which are both decrease. And now we're looking at in which plant do we want this to occur? The soja plants or the Thaliana plants? And we see in the reading, they're trying to get it into the Thaliana, so our answer has to be B.